Welcome to Cats and Rats Podcast, covering your Florida Panthers.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the newest episode of the Cats and Rats Podcast, episode number 69. I'm your host, Kirby Lupo, joined alongside my winning counterparts, my co-host, Nick Levine and Cody Stevens. Gentlemen, we've been away for a while, but we are back. We've been doing Olympic coverage throughout. But without further ado, I am going to throw it over to you guys. Nick, you have something to share to our YouTube audience. We will explain. And I want to give the comment to you first, Nick, on your reaction to Cody on this and what you said to me.
Well, I thought it was hilarious. I'm going to share a screenshot here from the moment United States won gold, and there you go. That photo says it all.
What did you say?
Okay,
we'll explain the photo to our audience a little bit, the audio audience. What did you say to me about Cody, Nick?
I've never seen Cody get that excited.
Never seen him this happy.
Like, holy shit, dude. I mean, it was just a moment, because here's the thing. I wasn't watching with the sound on during the game because we were on the live. So when Jack Hughes shot the puck, I didn't know if it went in. I didn't hear Kenny Albert. So I'm like, did that go in? And then I hear Caesar screaming, and then I hear Cody go, yes! And then I see everybody throwing their gloves. I couldn't even believe we did it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. The way the angle was from like where Jack Hughes scored, it was tough for the announcer to kind of see because there wasn't no net rip.
It wasn't a high shot. There was no net like trickling at all.
Cuthbert knew it immediately.
Yeah.
But there was no like net ripple or anything. But no, it was just because all I heard for like the last like year, and like I haven't been on any of the After Dark, so I could really say this. Because I kind of got sick a bit of hearing the Canada historic talks. Like, I understood, like, they mowed through the middle round. And I just sat there. I'm just like, the forward core is good, but that back end hasn't been tested. And in actuality, I still think that's probably the reason why Canada lost. Not enough offense from there.
No.
That and...
I just, again, for me, I think that one of the greatest moments, it was just pure jubilation, reminiscent of when the Panthers won the cup. We've never experienced the gold medal. It's a unique feeling. I didn't really think I was going to be that excited, but you kind of put all this time and energy. We were doing the contents, you're watching the games, and it was just incredible.
The way that game went.
Incredible. And, it's kind of weird. I was saying to this, it's like, obviously the fact that the United States won, but I think a little bit of some shock that Canada lost too.
Yeah.
Like when I'm taking a look at, here's McDavid. Oh, he lost. McKinnon, Celebrini, McCarr. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I thought this whole time, like, it was just because the way that game was developing, I think
it was going to be
13 to shots, and then at the next, I think 20 minutes later was 37-17. So
Canada nearly doubled us up at one point.
Yeah, I mean, it really was just an incredible time. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, the saves by Hellebuck in that third period, I mean, probably made it even more incredible because you see it as the time went on. I was saying to myself, like, okay, the more saves Hellebuck makes or the more bounces the United States get, the more I thought they could potentially win the game. And
once McKinnon hit the side of the net,
that's when I thought, okay, like that
was like, no way. Because I think Kirby and Ryan were in just disbelief when that happened. Because Nathan McKinnon scores that goal 999,000 times out of 1 million.
Right.
I guarantee you give him that chance again, he'll never miss. But
And as we take a look here, just to give you an idea of how lopsided the game was in terms of chances.
Before we get into this, Nick, I want you to say it to our audio audience, but I'm just going to speak from the losing side. First off, congratulations to US. Cody, I know we haven't talked off air. We're going to talk how the narrative changes for players here. Mainly the U.S. players we're going to get into here in this first segment. But I just want to go through from this perspective, McDavid breakaway, Celebrini breakaway, McKinnon misses there. And Panther fans, you guys can laugh, but I have to go through PTSD again with Aiden Hill and Nick Cousins. I know we've won 2 Stanley Cups since then.
But that's still there.
I believe Canada will win a gold medal again one day. But to see that Devon Toews and that Hellebuck save that will be out there forever and ever, I had to live that twice. The 5-on-3 power play, that's on Canada.
The
And
Charlie McAvoy.
You could name Charlie McAvoy, yep. Also, the too many men on USA. There is like 7-8 things in this game, and it's reflective of these numbers here that makes it further frustrating. But all credit to USA pulling it out at the end. I'm not going to complain about 3-on-3. I said a comment before the tournament started, that's Mickey Mouse. I still believe that. But you have to go out there and you have to win the game. Canada's won it 4-on-4 in the Olympics. They've won it 5-on-5 in 4 nations. USA's won it 3-on-3. So we've seen it 3 different ways. But Nick, take over and talk about the numbers here.
Well, you take a look here for our audio listeners. The scoring chances in the gold medal game were 45-23 in favor of Canada. Rush chances 13-3 in favor of Canada. Cycle chances 12-6 in favor of Canada. Then 5-5 and forecheck and faceoff chances even there. 5-2 rebound and tip chances in favor of Canada. Power play chances 10-7 in favor of Canada. This is by Dmitry Filipovich, JFresh, hockeystats.com. And, you know, I mean, through the first, I would say, Kirby, I know you're going to say 10, 15 minutes. I went back and watched the game. I would say the first 25, could argue 30 minutes. When Gensel took the penalty,
that's when it went
That's
south.
when things started to change. That's when Canada started to come.
25-minute mark?
25-ish, maybe you could argue 30, because the penalty kill was a 5-on-3, and United States was able to kill it off. But then Canada just started coming in waves, and it was in the final probably 12, 13, 15 minutes of that period maybe. And then it continued into the third. And, you know, Kirby kind of speaking to the chances that Canada had. It's not just the McKinnon. It's the fact you had a 5-on-3, and that power play we talked about.
It was one and done
This tournament. Oh my gosh, it's one of the greatest power plays ever assembled. You know, you have a 5-on-3 opportunity, you don't bury it. Then United States kept icing the puck. Very reminiscent of Game 7, the Stanley Cup final.
I yelled at Cody during the live stream, more than Game 7, Florida and Edmonton. He's like,
it was right about the same. It was right about the same. Like, no, but it was just.
I don't think Edmonton.
It felt like US had nothing. It really did.
But this is the first time I've been on since the gold medal game. And we're recording this on Wednesday.
We haven't been on much, Cody. We were only on earlier today.
Yeah, it's just because of the work schedule, whatever. But for me, I still think Connor Hellebuck should have been the Olympic MVP, if you're asking me.
Oh, I was just going to say, the brilliance of Connor Hellebuck.
It should have been him. Like, I'm sorry. Like, McDavid had a great tournament or whatever, but Connor Hellebuck was by far the best player in this tournament.
But is anyone arguing that? Even the ardent Edmonton Oiler fan?
I don't think you can.
But not people in Canada aren't, Cody. Like, this is the Connor Hellebuck game. And I'm going to put this out there. I haven't seen it anywhere in Canadian media, American media. Connor Hellebuck is that guy that wants to break the 1993 Canadian team drought now. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
And Connor Hellebuck thinks that highly of himself. And right now, he should.
And we take a look further into the numbers here. Some of the ice times of note for Canada. That top line over 20 minutes, and outside of Mitch Marner, everybody else was below 15 minutes in the forward category. So only 4 forwards had over 17 and a half minutes for Canada, including Panthers' own Sam Reinhart playing a team low 6:57 of ice time. We will talk about that, I'm sure, over the coming weeks.
Well, yeah, I just want to add some fans right now are pushing back that are Panther fans with the lack of ice time for Panther players wearing the red, I guess you call it black maple leaf. But also fans are pushing back in Canada saying those Florida Panther players shouldn't have been on Team Canada.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Where is it, right? And
I think Reinhart and Marchand was hurt.
People are very upset with Reinhart not being a factor in this tournament.
Yeah, but Reinhart had 7 minutes of ice time in the gold medal game.
What did he do in this tournament, though, with his ice time?
Well,
he scored the freaking goal that got y'all going versus Finland.
He got one goal, one moment. And I'm a Reinhart guy, but I'm just saying, this is the quietest I've seen Reinhart.
And then, of note here, probably missing Josh Morrissey, pretty much your second pair being Thomas Harley and Colt Parayko, and I don't think they had a bad game.
This is where I'll side with Cody. They should have picked more puck-moving defensive. But you know who I wanted? Schaefer, Monter.
I would have went Bouchard, but
yeah, and I've also another key point we haven't talked about. Devon Toews had a really rough game.
Oh, That was the worst game I think I've seen.
Worst game I've ever seen him play. So that was not ideal for Canada when your blue line's already thin for one of your top.
Some people are asking, should Devon Toews be there in Canada? They're asking, should he be there without if he's not partners with McCartan? Absolutely, he should be.
And when you compare that, by the way, to the United States, everybody except Clayton Keller had over 10 minutes of ice time for the United States in the forward core.
But I want you to answer this, Nick and Cody, too. With USA winning, a lot of people complain about JT Miller, complain about Noah Hannafin. Clayton Keller's not getting ice time. You could say, yeah, he deserves ice time. He wasn't getting any. So there was guys throughout the lineup that were not producing, not getting ice time. And I stood up for Vinny Trocheck, former Panther. I thought he was doing good things. Fans were getting upset at him.
Miller was just he just got caught out there for every icing there was. And so that kind of heightened up his ice time a bit there. And
but look at USA, perfect penalty kill.
I was just about to get to that.
Right?
Those guys played their role perfectly. You can't put in any better than that. And a lot of people are like, oh, you leave Jason Robertson home, you leave Cole Caulfield home. That's why. Cole Caulfield and Jason Robertson aren't going to go out there and kill a 5-on-3. It's not going to happen. It's just when
the narrative changes, Cody. If those 3-on-3s don't go USA's way, they're like, what about Cole Caulfield?
Yeah, but I don't think Cole Caulfield really adds that much. I'd rather have Jack Hughes out there. I'd rather have, I don't know, Matthew Tkachuk's right at the bottom of the list, but for 3-on-3.
Speaking of, the Tkachuks were very quiet too. This USA team got the job done with certain guys stepping up in the big moment. Austin Matthews, you can look analytically, great defensively, but he was about the 12th, 13th.
This is probably the biggest hot take I'll have.
There it is there. Yeah.
This is going to be a hot take. I don't care what the analytics say, offensively or whatever. I think Austin Matthews outplayed Connor McDavid in this gold medal game. I truly do. And here's a couple reasons why. Austin Matthews put on a defensive masterclass in this game.
He did.
And this is the difference in the game. Austin Matthews deflected about 4 or 5 crossing passes that would have been goals for Canada. And McDavid, on the game winner, the pass goes through him and right to Jack Hughes. He's there. He can make a play there.
Yeah, and people are getting on Makar for the game-winning goal against. I want my team to go for it in 3-on-3 overtime. I want my forward to maybe skate back and help the defenseman who is the last man back.
I think
that scenario.
I think McKinnon's more at fault for me than Makar was.
He is, but people are blaming Makar just as much.
Well,
what about
McDavid? That was the race of, you could argue, the century there. That looks right there.
I'm going to give Rowensky credit, Nick. He outmuscled McKinnon.
Well, yeah, and a lot of times
see that happen.
A lot of times what you might happen is you might see the defenseman, he just pushes it over into the open ice and Jack Hughes can walk into it. He's able to outmuscle the guy, pull the puck back, hit Jack Hughes in the high slot, and he walks in. It's a beautiful shot, obviously, and tough one for Jordan Bennington. He played well, made some big stops.
He made that big stop on Hughes early.
Hughes early, had the Thompson one in regulation, Tkachuk on the doorstep.
I'm not expecting my goalie to make that save 3-on-3, Nick, after that cross-ice pass.
And one thing I think the Tkachuks also did, I think they took a lot of the media pressure off of the rest of the team. I truly do, because those two guys were talking the entire time. And
more so Matthew?
Yeah, Matthew, I think they took the pressure off Jack Hughes a bit. And he was about to play a little bit more free.
Jack Hughes played and we want to talk about narratives, and we haven't got into certain guys. We talked about Hellebuck. You want to talk about narratives changing, Cody? Jack Hughes, did he buy in a different level here that he's never had in his career?
I just think the pressure was off of him. I think the pressure was off of him. He wasn't.
He had to buy into it.
Yeah, but I think he wasn't looked at the guy or the number one winger like he was at Four Nations.
He was looked at as one of the 2-3 guys that has to win in Four Nations.
Yeah, and the best,
and he crumbled with that pressure.
And the best line for the U.S. in this tournament was Thompson, Hughes, Larkin. Those 3 guys had a hell of a tournament.
And you talk about Larkin a lot. How much can Hughes say thank you to Larkin? I'm not talking about the golden moment. I'm talking about the whole tournament that Hughes in that line was good.
And
well, that's one of the things I talked about is Jack Hughes needs to be that guy. We talked about Austin Matthews. Cody, you said, had a defensive masterclass. Connor Hellebuck said the goaltending needed to be leaps and bounds better. It was. And Jack Hughes. Those are the 3 guys I talked about. And when you say Austin Matthews went head-to-head with Connor McDavid, pretty much shut him down. Was an defensive masterclass. You had Connor Hellebuyck playing like Connor Hellebuyck, and you had Jack Hughes buzzing around there and scoring the game-winning goal. Those are the three players I talked about, and they showed up. I did not think that might happen,
but it did.
They did.
But it's
it really all connected together. And, I've been talking about this with Kirby. We talked about it with Jim Behringer. It's crazy how quick legacies change, how narratives come, new ones come, old ones go. Connor Hellebuyck 3 weeks ago, prior to the Olympics, he can't win the big game, this, that, the other thing. All of a sudden, he's a gold medalist, and he's led the United States to their first gold medal in 46 years. You have Paul Maurice saying, no, that's not necessarily a true narrative. He's won a lot of big games to get to even bigger games, and it's a team sport. So it's crazy how when you take a look at the three guys that I mentioned, Jack Hughes dealt with some injuries. There was an incident at the dinner. We don't know what happened there. Austin Matthews.
Shout out the fantasy team.
The Austin Matthews injury / kind of what's going on with him, Connor Hellebuyck, can he win a big one? And then those three guys come in, now they're gold medalists. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy how.
Does that change for their club team now?
I don't know, because
I don't know.
Your country colors is a lot different.
And as of this recording, those games are over. And
the Devils already lost, so I guess
New Jersey lost and Toronto lost.
So the Jack Hughes card collector rate's going through the roof.
But Jack Hughes did have
their legacies and their careers change after that.
Jack Hughes
narratives die.
Is the new Arizioni now.
And can I just say this? I know, Kirby, what you said on Mitch Marner, but for the 3-on-3 people who are trying to discredit it, you can't. Those are the rules. Everybody knew the rules coming into this tournament. Mitch Marner was being talked up as a big game player because of 2 big goals that were both 3-on-3.
And the other one was 5-on-5 with his teammate Austin Matthews having a controller disconnect moment.
Yeah,
but I'm going to say Mitch Marner did play better in the Olympics than he did.
But I'm just saying, you can't say Mitch Marner's a big game player and have this narrative because of 3-on-3 play.
3-on-3, right? But I'm going to give credit.
You can't pump up Marner with the 3-on-3 big moments and then discredit the United States big moment. I just don't think.
I don't know if is anyone doing that though.
I think Canada's trying to. Some Canadian
they are. I don't think everyone's on Mitch Marner's side up north.
But here's the thing. But I know all of Canada hates Matthew Tkachuk right now because the bridesmaids comment is just it's growing.
All of Canada?
Well, mainly Edmonton radio.
I don't think Vancouver, Calgary.
I think maybe Edmonton radio. But
and also take a look here. Recapping, Kirby's talked about this is supposed to be the golden era for the United States. This is a projected 2030 Team USA lineup. Where
with the ages is very important here.
With the ages, we'll run through it here for our audio listeners. You have Austin Matthews, 32, Brady Tkachuk, 30, Clayton Keller, 31, Cole Caulfield, 29, Cutter Gauthier, 26, Larkin, Eichel, both 33, Jack Hughes, 29, Jason Robertson, 30, Logan Cooley, 25, Matt Boldy, 28, Matthew Nyes, 27, and then Matthew Tkachuk and Tage Thompson each at 32 years old. Then you go to the back end. Adam Fox will also be 32 years old. Brock Faber will be 27. Charlie McAvoy will be 32. Jackson Lacombe will be 29. Jake Sanderson will be 27. Lane Hudson will be 26. Quinn Hughes will be 30. Zach Werenski, 32. And then the goaltenders, you'll have Connor Hellebuyck at 36. Jake Ottinger at age 31. And Spencer Knight at age 28. So this is
That's another Olympics where, 29, 30, you can make a run.
Yeah, I think you can make a run. Now it is an older team, and you're wondering where's the youth.
But it's still there for that run.
Well, let's be real. 4 years down the road,
a lot can change.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
I know.
Because remember, because Huberdeau was a lock in 2022, 2026 wasn't even considered.
Yep.
But the one last thing I'll say in the Olympics on the gold medal game, I'm going to take my other W on this one. We were asked whose legacy is most on the line for in the gold medal game. Everyone said Austin Matthews. I said Connor Hellebuyck. And Hellebuck's legacy is just skyrocketed here. I said it. He's the best goaltender of this generation now.
You're putting him above Vasilevsky?
No, I think Vasilevsky's one.
Okay, that's where me and Nick were talking off air.
I have Vasi, one of this generation. I have Hellebuck, two. If
Now,
Hellebuck,
just to jump in, Nick said if Hellebuck wins a cup as a starter with Winnipeg, you have him number 1, Nick?
I do, because again, I think the heart really kind of sets him above it. I mean, and I'll look at this. I was looking at some of the old Olympic tournaments. Let's say this. I would say, and I know Vasilevsky hasn't had the chance to play in the Olympics. That could change, though, in the future, so we will see.
would he even be the starter over Shesterkin?
Well,
he was a rookie, Cody, in 2014 when Russia went.
But that was Bod's prime.
If you look at it,
or so start of it, my bad.
But he didn't get a chance even then. But go ahead, Nick.
If you look at how Connor Hellebuck, for example, the Vezinas, the 3-time Vezina winners, you have the personal accolades, the heart, it's incredible. I'm looking at also, this is a separate note, the tournaments for each of them, not including Vasilevsky. Connor Hellebuck was 956 and I think a 1 point something. I was looking at some of these other guys. Carey Price in 2014 was excellent. You probably have to put it up there. Ryan Miller.
They only allowed 3 goals in 2014.
Yeah. Well, also the shots, didn't face that many shots. Ryan Miller in 2010. I think Lundqvist. No, not Lundqvist.
Lundqvist would have been 2014.
02? Was it Hasek in 02 or 98?
No, Hasek in 98. Lundqvist was the year they won and the year they lost to Canada.
Yeah, I'll say 2014.
Okay, so 2006 you're saying?
When they won Lundqvist and when they lost to Canada in
2014.
Correct. So Hellebuck, you put him up there with that, right, in terms of the Olympic performance there. If he is able to win a cup, and Kirby, you mentioned it with the 93 thing, I think breaking a 1980 curse or drought for a Team USA to win gold, breaking a 1993 curse for a Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup, you put together 3 Vezina trophies, a heart. I really think the heart separates it. I mean, I think you have to make the case that he's number 1, right? And obviously Vasilevsky can add to his resume, right? I mean, there's no saying Vasilevsky.
Yeah, everyone's trying to count him out with the back injury and Panther fans.
I don't think Vasi probably won't. If he does, I don't know if he'll win another Vezina because I don't know if he'll play enough games because of his injury, and Tampa would be smart.
Here's the thing.
But
what happens at the World Cup of Hockey?
35.
What happens at the World Cup of Hockey?
Are they going to allow him to play in it?
Well, that's the question. And then if Connor Hellebuck's able to win that, that's another thing to his resume.
But the thing is with Hellebuck for me is like if he wins a cup, he has to have a Conn Smythe to pass Vasi to me.
Oh, that even Cody's taking it another level, Nick. I don't know on that, Nick.
I think it's a conversation. I mean, it really kind of does depend.
It's how he wins the cup will determine.
What do you value?
Win playoff rounds, get to the second.
And Kirby also made.
Well, he's been to the conference final.
Made an interesting note that Sergei Bobrovsky, you could put him in there. I still think that the regular seasons in Florida through his first couple of years hurt him immensely, or else I put Bobrovsky right there.
Yeah.
Bobrovsky's like top 5.
Yeah, but the regular seasons in Florida have hurt him.
Yeah, but he's past like
the playoff elevation.
But he's past guys like Quick. He's past guys like Twist. He's past guys like Rask, Luongo too. Just wrapping up here, I wanted just quickly cover the Panthers Olympic performances here. I don't think.
Oh, we have that to share there, Nick. By the way.
Yeah. So, but the Panthers, I do believe, had the most medalists out of any team in the NHL with 7.
Nick has it there. Just give
the only couple Panthers that did not medal were Vilmanis, Belenskis, Forsling. Now, if I'm blanking on anybody else.
Nick has it here if it's going to load for us.
Yeah, but Kachuk gold, Bennett, Marchand, Reinhardt silver, Lundell, Lucian, Mikkola bronze.
And I'll say this, very impressive by Finland getting bronze without Barkov and how their tournament started. Really nice job there. I mean, that is they were dealt a bad hand and they made the most of it, right? So, you have to wonder. There is a question if Alexander Barkov's playing, are they able to get to a gold medal game?
I think there's a chance they do.
There's a chance they do, right? So,
Anton Lundell, Losterina, Nico Mikkola, all three of them, but Mikkola in particular had a hell of a tournament.
Mikkola, I'm kind of I thought he
Yeah,
had
I
hell
know
of games, and then other games he was not. But I know what
I think Lundell was probably the most consistent performer out of like all these guys.
And Lundell was dealing with an illness too at one point.
Yeah, and like Kachuk was good in this tournament. Like he may have been quiet. He may have been quiet in the gold medal game.
Steady.
Yeah, but he was normal Matthew Kachuk. Like I don't think they needed him to be any more than what he was. And Bennett, Kirby's so hot about it with that double.
Oh man, I'm just gonna say this. I felt
Saturday after dark if you want. You guys can go full screen on
and then Reinhard Barrett, like not much ice time, not utilized. Well, Marchand was hurt half the tournament. So
Marchand sat in the stands back-to-back games. You know?
Because they knew they clinched it already, so they're like, why would we throw him out there already?
But also kind of the injury concerns and things like that. So
yeah,
we really wonder with the Panthers, especially the ones that were wearing the maple leaf, how healthy they truly were.
Yeah, and
I think Bennett's healthy. I think
that's going to continue to be a talking point throughout here, and actually a very good transition topic. But before we do, we'll hear a word from our sponsor, guys, Caneswear.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
And another word from our other sponsor, Jeremy Beckham at Bexcel's FLA. Champions don't settle, and neither should you. Let me introduce Jeremy Beckham at Bexcel's FLA, bringing a competitive edge to South Florida luxury real estate. If you want a home that performs in all three zones, location, lifestyle, and long-term value, Jeremy is your power play. The clock is ticking. Let's go for the cup. Reach out now at bexcelsfla.com.
Thank you, Cody. And just one other word here before I do throw to Nick with our exciting new contest coming up here to our YouTube members. Make sure to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Make sure to like the videos. We have so many videos going on here for our podcast audience. You guys can catch up on all our recap shows, all of our live stream moments. We have those time-stamped. I'm sure you'll want to see those. Comment on the videos. That helps with our algorithm. Purchase a super chat donation anytime we're live over on YouTube, like we will be Saturday night for NHL Cats and Rats After Dark. You can buy membership, gold, silver, or bronze. You can gift membership. Shout out to RC and everyone that gifted memberships during the Olympic live streams and access to many other great perks. And I'm going to throw it over to you, Nick, for a new contest here.
Yes, and we really do appreciate it. Everyone, we're giving away this Brad Marchand autograph photo courtesy of Andrew Hoffman and the Boca Card Show, which will take place once again this July. All active gold and silver members are automatically entered, and we will be announcing the winner in the coming weeks. Good luck and go Cats.
Thank you, Nick. And we are back here, podcast side, gentlemen.
So, of note, we're going to be talking about the Florida Panthers now. It's been a couple weeks, gentlemen. It
felt weird watching NHL hockey tonight.
Yeah.
I turned it off because I'm like, ugh, why?
I'll get used to it, Cody.
But we'll address the elephant in the room first. A couple days ago, a tweet by Jordan McPherson, Alexander Barkov, seen here doing some drills, looking quite good. Sparking a conversation online, which is just a normal drill, Cody, to be honest with you. But
looking good though.
Yeah, he's looking really good. But kind of our thoughts on how he looked here, and this whole prospect. Obviously, this is not just the biggest week of the season, biggest games of the season coming up. Playoffs start now.
His cutting's looking good, but it does not mess with my timeline in my head for him.
Which is,
if he does play a game this season, it will be in the playoffs. If he does not, then let it be next season. That's
Kirby?
The only way I feel.
I've been very cautious on him with where we're at right now. I understand us having the top 10 protected draft pick as well, but I just want to be careful. People got to remember, too, out of this Olympic break, we have a condensed schedule, not just us, but everyone does. And I think you're at risk a little bit there when You're asking a guy come off of a major injury, major surgery here. So I do have a little pause for that concern. And my number one thing above the three-peat, I've told you guys, I want to see one round of playoffs this year at a minimum. But my thing that supersedes that is Barkov's long-term health.
Yeah.
That's my number
and
two.
look,
That's
I
my
mean,
number one.
I don't know how much is being determined yet. Bill Zito saying in a press conference, and obviously, as we all know, the games against the Toronto Maple Leafs, Buffalo Sabres, and presumably the New York Islanders as well are going to determine what the rest of the season is going to look like for the Florida Panthers, what the course of action will take at the trade deadline, and obviously the course of action they'll take on Alexander Barkov. And does he look good? Yes, he does. Looks promising. It would be a little bit more exciting if Florida Panthers, as of this recording, were in a better spot. Currently sit 8th last in the Atlantic with 61 points. And these set of games here against Toronto, Buffalo, and New York are really going to decide the season. I'm kind of on that wavelength there that if you have a chance to make it and you confidently feel that he can come back during the season, which I know has been discussed by some, then if you want to take that chance, then go do it. I do want to caution and say, unless it is explicitly clear we can and are going to make a run into the playoffs, I don't think it is worth the play, Barkov, if there is any chance we don't, legit chance that we don't make the playoffs. I'm not talking like, oh, well, there's a hope. I'm talking there's a clear, practical chance we can make it. I also think that it's tough because I'm not, like Kirby, like you said, the most important thing here is Alexander Barkov's long-term health. Three-peat would be cool, but this team's built to win cups for years, right? Yeah. There is a contending window here that was coming into the season 4 or 5 seasons. That means it's multiple seasons, not just 25, 26 season. And, you know, it's been a very difficult season. And it's very imperative that the Florida Panthers are very cautious with this because anything premature, one wrong hit, one wrong twist, practice, things can change. And those are the two criteria. One, what is the state of your season? Number two, once that is considered, if you're out, well, then it's automatically shut them down. If we're not making it, don't even bother. But if you do have a chance, is he really healthy? Is he really ready to go? And this is going to need to be a prudent decision. I still do think that if we aren't going to make it, which don't think we will, that he won't play this season and will play next season. If we're in the run, I think he'll come back prior to the playoffs.
And Cody, I don't know if you've heard this because you've had a busy week here, even to be with us during this Olympic stream time, which I appreciate. Bill Zito had a 40-minute presser, and I haven't heard all of it. But one of the main takeaways that I got from it was he said we have multiple pathways and paths right now that we have to consider here coming up to most likely, Cody, the trade deadline. So how do you want this to play out over the next 7 to 10 days here, heading into the trade deadline with these multiple pathways and options?
My honest answer will come after these 3 games. Oh, my
these
honest answer
right now.
My honest answer will come after these 3 games.
Cody, these are playoff games right now.
Yeah, that's my answer is really dependent on that. That's truly what it is.
But is that what they're saying? But did they not say it in those words? Nick?
I think that's what they are saying.
I mean, there's no question. I mean, look, we can all see the standings. It doesn't take a genius to figure it out. We can all figure it out. All the fans can figure it out. This is the playoffs.
Like Zito's not
sugarcoating it.
But some coaches come out there and they say it. They're like, these 3 games.
I think
everybody did say it.
I don't think you need to say it. I think everybody who pays attention to this team, whether you're a diehard fan, a coach, a player, whatever, they know this is the playoffs. Playoffs start now. And the contingencies are, how does this week go? How do the injuries shake up? How does the deadline go? How does your goaltending situation go? I know we're going to talk a little bit about
that's not going to change no matter what this year. I don't care what anyone says or any of these reports.
But what is the best course of action based off your injuries this year, the results of your games,
the off-season view and the plans there. There's different options. You can take trade routes, draft picks, re-sign. There's different options based off what happens over the next 7 to 10 days as of this recording. And it's going to be really interesting to see because there's so many different options. And I'll tell you this, it really is going to get interesting if they do well, if they win these 3 games.
Let me jump in here. I think that was pretty honest by Zito. I believe every word that he said when he said there are multiple options they should take. He's not stupid. He knows what's at stake. If you to me, if you want a chance, these 3 games, the minimum is 2-0-1. And
as
I'm
we
not.
Take a look here.
This is BS, but
from a tweet from NHL Rumor Report talking about what Nick Kiprio says. Now, this stems from a comment made by Jeff Merrick about the Panthers potentially moving Sergei Bobrovsky and that the San Jose Sharks could be a team that is interested. Now, important to note, I think this was more said with just speculation based off the fact that he is a pending UFA and there has not been any rumors of contract progression or talks.
The 3 of us don't believe Bob's moving, but we have to talk about what's up.
But we do. And Nick
is...
Kiprio says they have had contract talks. They want him back, but I don't think they're in the same ballpark in terms of money, cap, whatever it is, term, I'm sure.
Cody, that's a different topic, though.
But here's the thing. Consider the source here. Merrick said he wondered. He didn't hear. He wondered.
But now Kipper's talking about they're apart on numbers.
I don't think Sergei Bobrovsky's playing for another NHL team. I think it's either the Florida Panthers or
nothing.
I agree with you guys, but Bobrovsky has never taken a discount.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
What are they asking him? Hey, Bob, are you going to take 4, 5?
I think it's yearage. I don't think it's salary. I think it's years.
So does he want the years like Marchand got?
Probably, I think.
I don't know, right? It really is interesting because, again, rest of the season is going to determine how we go into the off season preparing for this. We talked about it with Jim Barrage on our live. Yeah. You could go,
and we're all on the same page. We really don't think Bob.
We don't think.
We'll with Cody on this.
We do not think Bob will get moved. Now, what happens if you go into the off season? It's like, okay, well, what do you re-sign him at? What if it doesn't work out? Do you go get in a more established guy? Do you bring in a Jesper Wallstedt to pair with Bobrovsky? Those are some of the options that I think that Bill Zito was referring to in his press conference, to be quite honest with you, as well as some of the other guys. But I don't think Sergei Bobrovsky's moving. It's really going to become a question of what are they going to re-sign him to, and are they going to be able to come to an agreement? Because if they're not able to come to an agreement, I don't think Bobrovsky goes to any other team. I think he'll retire. But there is also a conversation to be had here. It's Bobrovsky's 37 years old. Whatever we think of how the season has gone and why it has gone the way it has, he has not been what he was in the previous years. He has struggled. Some may argue mightily. And there is a legit reason to be a little bit more cautious on how you approach this contract extension. Now, I know there was some thought, Kirby, that it could be a 3-4 year deal, and there was kind of a consensus of what was going to happen. This is really the first uncertainty we've heard about it at all over the last year, and there's no Kirby. There's no question it has to be tied to his performance this year.
I want contract incentive laden deal here, Cody, on a 1-2 year deal.
Look, here's the thing. If his ask is Marchand's AAV currently, I don't think that's a deal breaker for me.
No, but I think you need to be careful with giving a $5.5-6 million deal, $5-6 million deal to a 37-year-old for 3-4 years.
If you're giving that much money AAV, I want to know who the other goalie is. That's a big thing for me.
Well, yeah, and again, Kirby, I don't want to pay a 40-year-old goalie $5-6 million.
Fine, I'm not going to argue that.
I think there needs to be some conversation that, look, Bob's has been a great goalie. I mean, there's no taking away the success he's had and what he's been able to contribute for us. But look at the season he's had. And I know you could point to different things, but at the end of the day, we're not going to sit here and pretend like Sergei Bobrovsky's had a good season or that he hasn't struggled mightily. He has.
And that needs to reflect in his contract extension. There's no way we can just look that over and be like,
to me,
yep.
in his contract, it reflects Nick, but not that I want him back. And I know fans aren't even with me on this. They want to get rid of Bob, but it reflects on the contract demands and asks.
Listen,
No, there's no way we can bypass those facts in signing another contract. You need to go based off what you see. Now, again, does that change down the stretch here? Okay, season's not over.
Oh, people are going to change their mind down the stretch.
like people are going to change their mind when we win.
They're going to change their mind, Cody. They're going to change their mind.
No, what I'm saying is, do they come closer in agreement? Kiprio says they're not in the same ballpark.
I thought you said they're going to change their mind.
I think they're going to be in the same ballpark. It's in the middle of the season, and Bob is the type to focus on what is at hand. Him and Reinhart are the same type of player when it comes to that. When Bob is in season, he's focused on the season, and I think it's going to be resolved in the offseason. I'm not really too worried about it. But
there is a trade deadline to come up here, Cody.
Yeah, but he's not getting moved.
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying there is a trade deadline here.
There is a trade deadline, but it's more.
You think it's all noise? You think it's 110% noise?
Yes.
I think there's something to it. I don't think it gets moved. But I do think
what do you think? 10%? 15? 20? More?
I just don't think it happens. But I don't think
I'll put a 5 or 10%.
I don't think it's 0%.
Okay.
Like I'm at less than 2.
I don't think it's 0%. But what I will say is if this second half, if this final stretch goes how what the writing on the wall is showing, there's a question in the offseason. There is evaluations to be done and moves to be made that needs to address the goaltending position. Bob could be part of it.
But if he's moving, just to jump in, Nick, if he's moving, I don't think it's reflective of how the team does here leading up to the trade deadline.
No, I don't think he gets traded. I'm talking about in the offseason.
Yeah,
I think
but
this is
people
more
are going to
of an
wonder about the
off-season
trade deadline or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think the team reflects the record of what happens.
The thing is
just contract.
I think when the offseason right now, I don't think this tandem we're running right now does not return next year.
No, it's
the
not
two of them. No,
but you know what? People are going to say the guy that doesn't return Cody is Bob, and I'm going to push back on that. And I know you are too by shaking your head.
Look, man. If we're making the playoffs, it's on the back of Bob. It's not on Tarasov. Here's the thing. I still had that Tampa Bay game right before the break in my head about Tarasov.
That
was the worst game.
Well, it was a test game for him. Yeah.
Well, and now we
cost us the Montreal game at home,
and we kind of take a look briefly into some of the contingencies of the trade deadline here before we'll talk about the keys to the final stretch here. Is depending on what occurs here in the upcoming weekend, it could result in many different things. AJ Greer, Mackie Samoskevich, Jesper Boqvist, even maybe an Evan Rodriguez potentially could be on their way out. If they do decide to do a soft buy, I wonder who they could bring in for the short term to kind of fill out the rest of their roster to supplement some of the losses. Injuries. And then when hopefully Barkov can come back for a stretch run, that would kind of figure itself out. But those are the two things. It's either going to be a sell or a soft buy. And it's going to be kind of interesting to see. I will say this. I think it'll be a lot more fun if we win, and then we can get a soft buy going, and then we can see what occurs. But I think, and again, with a top 10 pick, you lose, you sell, you see where you end up.
You guys are both ruling out an aggressive buy with Barkov returning.
With Barkov returning, I don't see how you could do an aggressive buy.
With Barkov, the only thing I could see with Barkov returning is get a White Cloud type.
But because Barkov is going to be returning, or they believe he will be, they're not making that decision at the deadline that he's.
No, unless they decide to shut him down and go on an aggressive buy, which
that's not a possibility.
I don't think go aggressive and go get a Kadri or something.
I think the decision on Barkov is not really up to what his progress is anymore. I think they feel comfortable with where he is. I think it's more about, are we in a position to make a run? Barkov, if we're in a position
to you said you want them to make a push. So if you're making a push, aggressive or soft buy to me is the same thing.
I just want Zach Whitecloud. That's all I want.
Zach Whitecloud's a good
a really nice option.
I think if we're losing or not, still go get him.
Oh, okay. Well,
And by same thing, I mean, I get what you mean in the standings, Nick, but if you're the Florida Panthers, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, you're not just going to be like, oh, soft buy. If you have the option or avenue or pathway, like Zito says, for an aggressive buy, they're going to go for it.
well, I'm not going to rule that out. I'll tell you this.
What would
Again,
be an aggressive
if we have
buy,
a
though?
good week, anything on the table that will contribute to a stretch run will be on the table. If we lose, we're focusing on the offseason, getting healthy, collecting assets, and figuring out what the draft free agency will bring.
And still go get Zach Whitecloud.
If you want to go get Zach Whitecloud, we can go get Zach.
You
Look,
want
he's got it.
Alexiak, Nick.
I think Zach Whitecloud would be higher on my list, but
Look, Whitecloud still has another year on his deal. It's very cost friendly, and it's a buy for next year. And here's the thing: if you get Zach Whitecloud, guess what? Your defense is looking pretty damn good starting next year.
Yeah.
Because
But-
Zach Whitecloud solidifies that bottom pair. They can play 15 to 16 to 17 minutes and take pressure off the first pair. But
So, Cody, what are you telling all the noise out there with Gavin McKenna and all those fans that have been DMing?
no freaking chance we get Gavin. If
Have you
we
been getting
get a
those
top
DMs?
3
Have you
pick,
been getting those DMs, Cody?
yeah, if we get a top 3 pick, I just want it to be known. I don't want Gavin McKenna. I want Keaton Verhoff.
That's what
who I
I'm saying,
want.
Cody. That's what I'm saying.
What? I want McKenna to get buried on the freaking third line again?
Cody,
No.
for Cody to say he wants Verhoff, he's siding with me, whether he wants to admit it or not, Nick, on our first pairing and the future of them.
well, I
Of
think
course,
Keaton
I'm not
Verhoff,
stupid.
Kirby, anytime you get an opportunity, we need defensemen, okay? If we have an opportunity to get Keaton Verhoff, sign
Go
me,
get him. Like,
sign me up.
And
Sign
even
me up.
Albert Smith's high
Now,
lower down.
here's the thing. If we do not win this week, we need to sell and buy into this. And wherever you end up, it is either you get a Keaton Verhoff or you take a pick if it's between 5 and 10 and trade it for a Jesper Wallstedt and pair him with Bob.
If you can. If not, then
If
you're
you
getting
can.
another defenseman in that top 10 class. That's very good.
Yeah, if you can. Or you win and you do a soft buy.
But I don't
Those
think
are
Zito
two
should just
options.
be like, I'm going to be this pick away, and teams are like, I want it, but you're not really going to get what you want. Like, no, then we're keeping it.
Yeah.
And
and
that
that-
draft-
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
if we get
so those are the
McKenna,
two options.
yeah, yes.
it's-
You lose, you sell. I don't want to use the tank word, but you
No.
shut down guys, you get healthy, you get a top
No,
10.
you lose-
Hopefully.
don't
Maybe
say-
top 5.
Don't say sell. Say we lose, you shut down. Like,
Shut down.
like,
Oh,
shut- You shut
Right.
down guys, you get healthy, you get rested,
Do we
you get
turn the
ready
lights
for
off
next
again?
year. And then the draft pick, you either get a young player or you trade it for the goalie of the future. And
like for me, if it's not top 3, trade it. Like,
Correct. For Wallstedt. If you win, well, then you go and do what you need
why
to do.
not
and
go
The
for
other team
bigger
has to
fish?
take the deal. The other team has to take the deal.
Like here's
It's
yeah, but
not-
but
it's
it,
On them.
but
He's
a
going to
top-
take a 7th overall pick for a
but a
freaking
top
goalie.
10 pick in this draft is a really good has
It is.
high value.
It is.
Like, but I think we need to look if we have a top 10 pick in this draft, look higher than Jesper Wallstedt. You know what I'm saying? There's a team in the north in the Big Apple that's
Oh,
going
he's
through a
gonna
retool right
say,
now.
Oh my
There
gosh.
goes Cody. If
Cody,
anyone-
I have a
I'm s-
question. First, second, third overall pick. Are you shipping it for Igor?
If it's third, yes, because Verhoff's probably gone there. First for Igor? I could probably get more than Igor. For the
I
first.
don't. I think they would at a minimum want a top 3 for him.
I would think about
if they were
it.
ever
Quite a bit.
moving him. If they were.
I
ever-
you look, you can't sit there and tell me you're not thinking about it.
I'm Cody. I'm not saying, but it's a very pie in the sky from you.
Yeah, but here's
Yeah.
the thing: I want bigger fish. I'm sick of these middling little damn fish.
Yeah, but I don't think it's happening now.
I'm tired of the cod. Go for the freaking salmon.
But you
go
don't
for
think
the
Wallstedt?
go for the
and to
lobster.
Nick's
Like,
point, Nick keeps mentioning Wallstedt, and I'm a big Wallstedt guy coming out of the draft.
but does he
That-
fit
that's
our
a big guy.
timeline?
He's on the timeline of now and the future. The one of the few guys.
Eh.
Wall and Demko have injury concerns.
Mhm.
Wallstedt, you can win with him now and the future, but I also think you need to have a Bob guy there, like a very stable guy with him,
Mhm.
potentially for the next year.
Look, Shesterkin,
And
Bobrovsky
then,
tandem.
So we've discussed the possibilities. Briefly, have a trade option if we win, the options if we lose. Now we take a look at the games ahead against the Toronto Maple Leafs, Buffalo Sabres, and the New York Islanders.
And then Jersey Jim's New Jersey Devils to follow that.
So those are the next 4, and then I think it's followed by Columbus.
Those are 4 winnable damn games.
So those are 4 winnable games. As of right now, nobody who was out prior to the break is going to return other than Marchand if he's going to play. There's been talk of him being hurt. Are you going to shut him down? But over the next
Kulikov and Nosek are in contact.
Over the next couple weeks.
They came out of their no contact, so they may be back for the Islander game.
Over the next couple weeks, you have guys coming back, you have winnable games, and you have the trade deadline. And those could be big. But looking ahead here to this 3, 4, 5 stretch of games, what are the keys for Florida to get back into the playoff race? Because the playoffs start now, as we've said.
Well, play better in front of your goaltenders, number 1.
You got to get your power play clicking here.
Yeah, well,
at a way better rate.
Yeah, and we haven't even mentioned the big, like one of the guys we kind of need back, and that's Seth Jones.
Seth Jones, yeah.
Yep.
Like I could confidently say now it was a broken collarbone. Like
and that's surprising. You need goals from Verhaeghe and Mackey.
Well, Verhaeghe mainly, but you need Bennett to not be Sam Bennett too many times.
I don't have any patience for him.
And here's the thing. I wonder how the break benefited Sergei Bobrovsky.
That's the question everyone
That's the question.
Yes, because he's getting the start.
They're going to be yelling at Cody on post-game shows. Oh, you're going to go with them, Cody, for the next 2 or 3 games in a row? Cody's already done.
The key over these are 4 winnable games.
Not Buffalo because it's a back-to-back, but
I think it is not likely, but it is plausible that we can win these games. We are a good enough team to where we can win these games. These are winnable games.
But is it like the Maple Leafs right now? They come out of the break and they're like, we could have got stomped by Tampa Bay as of this recording tonight. 7-2 is what their comments were tonight. So they came out of the break. That's the same Toronto Maple Leafs. Will it be the same Panthers or a different Panther team?
That's the question. And I think every one of us here know if we're going to go make this run over the next week and thus over into April, it's going to be, for now, on the back of Sergei Bobrovsky. That's what it's going to need to be.
It hasn't been that all year, and I'm a
defender. Correct. So how much has this break benefited him? If we're going to make this run, if we're going to salvage the season, Cody, Kirby, the playoffs start now. Bobrovsky needs to be on his game. And the other question is, how concerned are we with the injuries, not just that are for the guys not in the lineup, but to the guys in the lineup? Sam Bennett, Sam Reinhart, Brad Marchand, will he be in the lineup? Matthew Tkachuk. There's also a possibility, by the way, with the trade deadline, even if you're able to do well, what do you do with Brad Marchand? Do you open up that cap space, Kirby? So there's that option. But how concerned are you guys with the injuries coming out of this break for the guys in the lineup?
With the way the season's gone, it is what it is at this standpoint.
Yeah, I'm not having any different mindset or outlook on it now, Nick, because time has passed after the Olympic break. I get your point on the Bob, and that's a very well stated point. I don't know if Bob can carry us or put him on his back at this point, but we'll see. But with the injuries, it kind of is what it is, and the team has to make those decisions on it. It's kind of out of our hands here. When are guys coming back? The timeline keeps getting pushed back. You can't keep pushing the timeline back at this point because you just run out of racetrack.
Yeah, but what about, I'm talking about the Tkachuks, the Reinharts, Marchand, you don't know.
It is what it is.
But that's the accumulation, Nick, with Nosek, Seth Jones, Barkov.
It's what we've dealt with all year. It is what it is. Like, there's not much we could do with the injuries. So one thing we can't control that has hurt us, and now people understand why me and Kirby have said in the last 2 years, we have been lucky with these injuries, and now you're seeing
they didn't
why.
Listen to us because they were just happy with the winning.
And now you're seeing where injury luck's
we
coming.
got away with
you
the
guys
blue.
Just trying to put a negative spin.
We got away with the blue line a couple years ago.
We got away with it last year. We went 2-1 in the playoffs with Aaron Ekblad not even playing in the games. Actually, 3-1. So
and we got away with Monter and Ekblad down that season and being able to put up the wins that we did. That shocked us.
Yeah.
Well, you could argue that was good coaching.
Yeah.
Right.
It was good coaching and good goaltending.
And Alexander Barkov.
Because that was Bob's Vezina That was Balls Vezina's
But that's where the
nomination
injury
year.
bug would bite you well before it did now, Cody, if it would have bit us back.
Yeah, but this year it was okay. All right, like you're missing Kachuk. Okay, you're missing Nosek now. All right, now you're missing Barkov. Okay, then like now you want to jump off the cliff. Oh,
and
cool.
you have all the accumulation of more playoff games, more regular season games, and all that. And that is
wait, Kirby, I'm not done yet. Oh, Kulikov just took himself out. He's done. Then a couple games later, Etu burned himself making a steak.
Seth Jones after just wearing the American flag prior to the Winter Classic.
Seth
He's headed to the dugout, guys.
Yeah. Seth Jones took a slap shot.
Our fucking number one defenseman.
Seth Jones took a slap shot.
Into the dugout he goes.
Seth Jones took a slap shot to the shoulder. Let's see what else happened here. Oh, Jonah Gadjevich got hurt randomly. I don't even know how.
Brad Marchand, by the way, might be done for the year also.
Oh, yeah, Marchand got hurt somewhere, somehow. I don't know.
Reinhardt.
I don't even know if he's hurt.
Kachuk's not 100%.
He's the one guy that I don't know is hurt. Because if he's not hurt, that's a lot.
I'm waiting because everyone just wants to pile on Cooper. I'm waiting.
By the way, condolences to John Cooper, by the way, today.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is I'm just happy the Lundell sickness happened during the Olympics and not during the season.
What of that? I mean, look, we're going to find out here.
And we still got to go to Western Canada, so that's...
regardless of what happens, guys, it's going to be fun for us because we're going to cover something, whether it be now, come the offseason. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see.
I do want to give, before we do go here, I want to give a shout-out to our boy D'Lo for going 3 for 3 on our Olympic jersey contest. Special shout-out to Jose Navy Knoll for donating that. Big win there for D'Lo. D'Lo wins club tickets, hockey jerseys, autographed pictures. Man, D'Lo just...
So you're saying next year we can't give him anything?
No, that was an earned contest, though, and he's even sat out of some contests.
Look, D'Lo's just Himothy, man.
He's the guy in the Olympics that's wearing like the 4 gold medals. The Michael Phelps.
Are we also having Chris Scott on our post-game shows?
I don't know with Chris right now. I kind of like with him. I invited him on during the Olympics, and he just kind of tunes me out or says he ain't coming.
Yeah. But I just though.
We love Chris Scott.
I'm still laughing that Kirby said, "Like I have no patience for Bennett right now."
Oh yeah, you're funny. Cody wouldn't be laughing if Bennett had the game-winning goal either.
He nearly had the game-losing penalty though.
Well, Jack Hughes did too. So
we should be, nice to him. I don't know about that. But we'll be back here in our post-game shows and our YouTube audience on Apple, Spotify, wherever you're listening to us. We have been around. We're on YouTube. We're doing a lot of stuff. I know we haven't been here as much for the episodes. We'll have a little bit more frequent episodes. We're trying to book guests as well. It's a busy time of the year. So just stick with us. We're always around on the YouTube channel side, so make sure to lock in over there.
And join us for our Friday, March 6th trade deadline coverage. We'll be live. Year ago, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
What a last-second buzzer beater there. Brad Marchand headed to the Florida Panthers and among many other things on that live stream. So looking forward to that, regardless of what happens here with the Panthers.
Hang out with us at office, school, on the go. Make sure to drop by that.
And wrapping up here, boys.
Yep.
We appreciate everyone here for watching this episode of the Cats and Rats podcast here tonight. Leave a comment down below. What do you want the Panthers to do? Do you want them to shut down? Do you want them to fall off for Verhoff? Do you want them to push for the playoffs? Do you want them to trade Bob, maybe? I don't know. We're interested to hear your takes.
Help Bob.
Help Bob. If you know, you know.
Help Bob. Help.
Help Bob. You might have to change it to God help Bob, but we'll see.
But anyway, we appreciate you guys listening as always. So give us 5 stars on Spotify and or Apple Music, wherever you catch your podcast. Signing off here for myself, Nicholas J. Levine, and Kirby Lupel. We say thank you, and as always, let's go Cats.
What's up, Cats and Rats fans? If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And just like always, let's go Cats.